Greetings, 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 and gratitude. I needed to come back to the altar. I was called here, and I'm wondering what's going on. The question that I'm asked or that I'm hearing is, am I headed in the right direction? That's the question that I feel like someone is asking. So we're just going to go ahead and pull a few cards to see what is going on here. Am I headed in the right direction? I'm not really going to be pulling a lot of tarot. I'm really going to be focusing on Lenormand. And I'm going to be focusing. Oh, okay. You have this one and you. Okay. So clearly these these cards are like, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Immediately there are some cards that are standing out to me right now. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yep. The answer to your question is yes. Okay. But you have a lot of buts here. Yeah, you definitely have a lot of buts here. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes is your answer. Yes is your answer. I specifically stated that I was not going to be working a lot with tarot or like using a lot of tarot cards. And here I am. I got enough for like a full spread. I don't know which one of these are coming first, but we're just going to use our intuition to just to pull these out. So what it looks like is that you are headed in the right direction. However, there is something that you are leaving behind. And I say that because you have the Six of Swords here. I really feel like in order for you to build this thing that you're doing, in order for you to manifest this thing or build it or make it to where it's like a dream come true is what I'm hearing, there's something that has to be accepted. And what has to be accepted is that you really do have to move away from how you used to do things so that you can do them in a newer way. And that really is just what Spirit is saying is a non-negotiable. You cannot have this new life or this thing you're building if you don't leave something behind. You think that you're going to do this, and that may be true, but this and that are true, which means that there's something else that you are also going to be doing. I just heard that it may be a little unorthodox, but it does include something that you do love. It does include an opportunity for you to invest, and you're planting the seeds now. This is one of those things where you not only want to set your intention for the thing that you want, you also want to set your intention for the people who are going to come and help you. So this is, to me, what this is standing out is that everybody is coming together to build something. They're adding their own expertise. Yes, you're the head one in charge. You're the head witch in charge. You're the head, you're the head honcho, you're the head whatever. Yes, they know that, right? I don't know why I just heard we all know that. But other people have the capacity to help by integrating their gifts with you and by offering you. Like, I feel like this is a space where when you start to commune more with the divine, talk to the divine more, get the ancestor altar set up is what I'm hearing, to get the ancestor altar set up and or whatever else that you may need to do, that when you do that, you're going to create room and space for things to grow and flourish. Think about when you plant a seed, you plant that seed into the pot. You tend to it, you take care of it. That's you going to the altar. That's you putting you're planting the seeds, meaning that you're putting things on the altar. You're doing what you got to do, right? And this is assuming that you do have space. Okay. Okay, let's just say that you don't have any space. Okay, you're planting seeds. You're eating the right foods. You're going to the altar. You're cleansing the altar, meaning you're cleaning your body. You're intaking the right foods. You're doing what you have to do. That's you planting the seeds. That's you getting the soil ready. That's you getting the soil prepped and all that good stuff. And then from there, you go to that. You water it. right? You put water on the altar, fresh water on the altar, right? Kind of like how I have that beautiful fresh glass of water right there. Exactly. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. You have that on your altar. Okay, let's just say again, we're going to reference the body again. You drink fresh water, you drink spring water, alkaline water, whatever kind of water that you drink, or maybe you eat your water through your fruits and your berries or whatever, right? Or your lettuce, your leaves, whatever it may be. That's how you're tending to the altar. That's how you're tending to the temple. That's how you're tending to the space. And I feel like they're asking for you to tend to this, to water it. Of course, you do have here that. You also, what I'm hearing is that you need to do the grounding work. So the King of Pentacles coming up right now, especially with the Three of Pentacles, this is showing me, and the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician card. I mean, this is basically, and this is just me looking at your cards, it really does look like there's something that you're doing and building where you want to lay the foundation properly. You want to structure it properly. And you also want to make sure that you're actively tending to it. There's something that you are divinely embodying. It's giving me masculine energy, but it's masculine energy when it's rooted and grounded. It's masculine energy that takes the lead because it knows a thing or two. Also, there's something else coming through about you wouldn't have done this in your 20s. You wouldn't have done this in your teens. You wouldn't have done this when you were a child. You needed to grow a little seasoned, right? You needed to season it a little bit. You needed to let it simmer. You needed to let yourself simmer. You needed to let your feet soak. You needed to let yourself not age, because I don't want to age you, but you wanted to gain enough life experience so that by the time you started even laying the foundation, that you knew what you were doing and you knew what was required. And even though you may not fully know what is required of you, the only thing you do know that is required, honestly, is honesty, integrity, commitment, devotion, obedience. Those are the things that you know that is required of you. And if you don't know, you know now. So whatever this may be, whatever this thing that you're building is, one of the things that I'm going to let you know as well is that this is something where you're starting from a level of mastery that you wouldn't have done if you were younger. You are not late. Someone here thinks that they're late. You're not late. You needed to be seasoned a little bit. You needed to learn some type of lessons because you needed to add and utilize wisdom that you more than likely would have never acquired. What Spirit is saying is no, correction. You would have never had that at this point in your life. You were still needing to get through certain things because of what you're going to be getting into. What you are going to be building and what you're building now and what you will be getting into, and you can apply this to whatever aspect of your life. It is giving me business though. This could be business. This could be something that is completely unorthodox. I don't know. But what this is to say is that you needed to experience what you experienced because you're going to be implementing those lessons and life lessons and those ideas and things like that, those experiences into what you're going to be doing. And also what I'm hearing is that it's multidimensional. This is something that is multidimensional, and you would not have been able to do it before now. The King of Pentacles is a card that indicates when you're tending in a masculine way, right? You're nurturing in a masculine way. You're moving with the seasons. You're learning, you're tending, you're bending your back. You're learning the land. You're learning the laws. You're learning the codes. This is definitely leading to Taurus. This is ruled by Taurus. This Taurus energy is letting me know that when you plant these seeds, you are going to be able, you're going to share those seeds, disperse them, and allow those seeds to fly and whatever else, whatever you're going to be growing, whatever you grow from this, you can give to the community. The community is going to benefit off of this somehow. You don't see the full vision, and you don't need to see the full vision is what Spirit is saying. All Spirit needs you to do is trust. You also do have here, wow, what is this? Okay, you have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here, and you also have here the Seven of Cups. Someone is worried about, okay, but how this and how that, and do I do this? Do I do that? It's like their mind is scattered looking at so many different ways to do this. And I feel like Spirit is saying is that instead of you trying to figure out what the next steps are, focus on the step that you have right now. There's something that you also are doing that you are being called to move away from. You are going to pivot a little bit. It's not to say that you don't have what it takes, or it's not to say that you won't receive what you think. Yes, but there's something that you're asking for that is not big enough. And Spirit is like, okay, I'll grant this for you. That's fine. But you're still going to have to pivot regardless, because what you are wanting in your life, I see something greater. And this could be your guides. This could be your ancestors. This could be, God, whatever you believe in, your higher mind. You know that I believe in the higher mind. I believe that we are manifestations of the ultimate one. You know that I believe that, right? This one is something that we all make up. There are several bricks that make up a house. We are the house. That's just what I believe. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. And also, that's actually something else that's bleeding into this as well, is that this has everything to do with not just what you believe, but also what you know to be true based upon experience and based on where the divine is leading you. I also feel like this is one of those things where you do want to start taking leadership. This is where you're going to have to start becoming and acting as the leader. I feel like you're going to be leading something. The emperor is not here, but I feel like the emperor's energy is present. I feel like the emperor energy isn't here because it is doing its business. It's doing what it needs to do. It's tending. It's watching. It's planning. That's the reason why the emperor is not here. But this King of Pentacles is here because he's showing up saying, hey, this is what I have. You see the cloaks and you see the garments and you see the titles and you see this. But what you're not realizing is that there's so much groundwork that goes into this. And I did not get this by being lucky. I got this because I'd followed divine guidance and I did what I needed to do. I was practical, I was patient, and I was persistent. I was practical, patient, and persistent. And that's the reason why I'm able to enjoy these pleasures the way that I'm enjoying them now. I was practical, I was patient, and I was persistent. I love that. Oh, look at that. This deck is really wanting to speak to you right now. I have really been loving this. I've been loving this deck recently. And I really think that this is going to be a quick message, actually. I don't think this is going to be too deep at the moment, which I'm here for. And I also want to use Linderman. Let me go ahead and shuffle from the Linderman deck. I'm shuffling behind the scenes because it's easier. Let me see, actually. Yeah, so this really does make me feel like it's something that oh, wow, they're asking you to be strong. So with this bear spirit here, it makes me feel like they're asking you not to give up on this. It's something that you've been back and forth about, and you're just like, you know what? I feel like I want to give up, but they're asking you not to give up. I just heard the words gift and exchange, which is in alignment because you do have the gift card here. You have the gift. I feel like you're going to be given oh my God. Look at that. Divine timing. Divine timing. What is this? You have here. Wow. You have here the house. You have the health card or the tree. I just heard that with this tree, this is actually legacy. Excuse me. This is legacy here. You're leaving something behind and it's going to last. It's going to outlive you. Watch. I just heard a sanctuary. This is a sanctuary. You have the card of purpose here. The North Node is here. And you also have here the key. And you also have here the child. What is this telling me? This is telling me that, for one, what I'm seeing is an actual space. This is something that you're actually going to have. I'm surprised that I don't see the government card here because it's giving me government card energy. It's giving me the Tower in Linderman. But this is something that you actually create, that you actually have, you curate it. And I feel like there's something about the inner child that's present. It's like kids see this and they're like, wow, I can't believe that this is something that was made for me. You could have a nonprofit, or you could be thinking about a nonprofit, or you could be thinking about a space or becoming a foster parent or a foster mom. You know, it's coming up as like, I'm taking care of people. I'm hearing the word like stewardship. I know I can relate to stewardship, but this isn't about me. This is about you. I feel like someone is thinking about, okay, how do I give? I see you giving and providing a space for somebody, like a refuge. It's like a refuge that someone is going to create. It's somewhere where people can feel at home. It's somewhere people can feel at home for sure. Like that's what I'm getting. Wow. You cannot make it up. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Y'all already know what happened. Y'all know what happened. I don't even have to explain it. Yes, you got this. You got the tower. I'm done shuffling. I don't want to shuffle anymore because that's just it. That is just it. This is something that you really do want to keep yourself steadfast in. What is his name? The King of Pentacles is steadfast. He does not move unless he needs to. And he's just so immovable. And also I'm hearing, don't get so caught up in doing things the old way that you miss an opportunity to do something better. And I feel like the better doesn't mean that you're played out or that you are outdated. It means that you have to adapt. This is one of those things where you're going to have to adapt to this current time, because what's happening now is not the same as, or even though history repeats itself, yes, but it's different. It's more in an updated version. It's where the virus starts to get or catch wind, or it starts to realize, okay, this is definitely, I've seen this before. I felt this before. Okay. Then it starts to replicate, and then it starts to get smarter. This is one of those things where I'm not calling you a virus, but you want to do things that are more updated so that you don't allow this thing to infect. There's something about an infection. There's something about an infection. I don't know why it's bringing me to an infection. I just heard. Okay. So I do not wish this on you. Okay. I just heard the word gout, like gout, or like some type of like, I just heard Neosporin. I just heard gout. And then I'm also getting a feeling of like someone having like athlete's foot or something like that from constantly working and working and working. And like the feet are sweaty. You really want to make sure that you're tending to the temple. As we stated before, you really want to do that. Oh my goodness. And you actually have the public card. Yes. You're going to be working with the public, and you have the fish. So I think, okay. Yeah. You're just getting so many, what is it called? What is that thing called? Confirmations. You're getting so many confirmations. I'm going to tell you right now, you're creating a space, something tangible. It could be a shop. It could be a restaurant. It could be something that can help to secure you and your family, yes, but also it cements you in history. Like you go down in history. Like I'm seeing history. I feel like I'm seeing history. It's giving me Capricorn energy, really. It's where you go down in history for doing something great. It's the greatest contribution that you'll leave to humanity somehow. Somehow a little shop, the little shop in the corner becomes well known because of its contributions to humanity somehow. And no matter how small this is, the impact that it has is a lot bigger than what you think. This is not just on in the, on the corner, like on a corner store or something like that. This is something that makes the news. Damn. Oh, I just got chills. It's something that makes the news. Give it 10 years. It's national. It's going to be national. For somebody, it's going to be national. This is national. I can't tell you how national this would be, but for someone, this is national. It feels like the news. It feels like it's everywhere. Like, and even if it's not the news for some people, this is definitely, it's somewhere where the world can see it. Like the world is going to see this one day. And it's funny because you have the world card here. The sun card is not here, but I don't need the sun card to be present for me to feel that way. This is beyond what you can believe. You may come back to this reading right now and be like, wow, Nuna, this happened. And even if it's not on the news, you say, well, it's not on the news, but it was in New York Times. It was in Vogue, or it was in whatever else, right? Like it's somewhere where it gets plastered and it's everywhere and you can't mistake it. You can't mistake it for anything else. It's out there. It could be a billboard. It could be, it's something where you see it, where it's out loud. You see this out loud. You see this in the public. You see it on a poster. You see it at the bus stop. You see it in marketing. You see it wherever else. Like it's somewhere where lots of eyes can see it, and it makes outlets. Like it's just, you see it. The New York Times #1 bestseller. Someone could be writing and working their intentions on that. I hope that you get that. I don't hope it to come too fast for you, but it's going to happen. Just mark my words. When you're up there, and I don't want to say when you're up there in age, when you get a little bit more seasoned, for some of you, and some of you may already be very well be seasoned, this will be your season then. And, call that in. For others of you who are younger, right, this means that when you become of age, and age really, it doesn't equate to actual, earth age. It equates to spiritual maturity and what you can actually handle. That's what they're saying. It's like it's what you can handle. For others, this has everything to do. I feel like I just heard 10 years. And then within like half that time, in about 5 years or so, what I feel is that you're going to start to feel the effects of it. 5 years into this, you're going to be like, oh my God, I could feel this. I feel it. You start getting notoriety. You start getting recognized. People start spotting you in public. People start, oh my God, you're so-and-so. Oh, wow, I see what you're doing. Keep going. I support you. And, here's a donation or let me buy from your shop or, oh yeah, give me a business card. It's something. And then it's like, yeah, I see you. You're making such a positive change. You're making a positive impact. Yeah, I want to be a part of this. And like people, and then they see that, and then people turn around like, oh, who was that? And then next thing you know, it's like you yourself feel like, oh shoot, like people see me. Oh my God, like what do I do? And then it's like, just embrace it. Just go with what you can do. Show up, be honest, show yourself, share what you got. It's like, just share, whatever it is, whether it be a prayer, whether it be a hug, just share. Because people see what you're doing already, and they may not believe in you. Not everybody is going to believe in you. Some people think that you're holding on to false hope here. Some people think, you know what, he or she, they say that they're going to make it, but I think that they're just saying that because, that's what people have to do to live. People may be saying that, but they don't see what you have the capacity to do, and they don't know your they don't know your vision. They don't know what God has for you. They don't know what the divine has for you. They only know what they see and what they think, but they think with limitation. And mark my words, you are going to be the voice. You are going to be the voice that proves them wrong, not because you're actively going out of your way to do so, but because they will recognize, wow, he is so great. They are so great. Wow. And it's bringing me to Romeo from TikTok. I don't know if you know who Romeo is, but Romeo is the one, the woman that coined that her sound. I think her jingle, it got attention from so many different people. She did it for Dr. Pepper. It's like one of those moments where you just out of nowhere, it just happens. And next thing you know, boom. But remember, it's years in the making though. It's like years in the making. And then your community comes and they're like, get paid for that. Get paid for that. Make them pay you. And it's like, you have people who are willing to back you up. I know that right now you probably feel alone. I know right now you probably feel like you're by yourself. You probably feel like you're alienated. You probably feel like your family doesn't like you, that they belittle you, that they're just not supportive of you. You may feel that way. You may feel like they just don't get it. You may feel like they're not your real family. I'm letting you know right now, Nuna is telling you now, your tribe is out there. You just have to find them. Your tribe is out there. You just have to find them. When I was in elementary school, when I would sit there and I would have to write things and I wouldn't know what to write about, I would tell myself that the words were out there. I just had to find them. And I would sit there and I would look for these different words. And sometimes I would be searching so hard to where I couldn't find anything. And so I would just sit there and then something would come to me. And the next thing you know, I have this beautiful piece that I can go turn in for homework. And then my teachers would be so impressed, like, wow, like you wrote this? Absolutely, I wrote that. Like, I mean, no one's going to help me. Like, I gotta, not to say that my mom didn't help in some instances, but that's neither here nor there. The matter is that for the most part, I did these things alone when I needed to. And I feel like the reason why I'm saying that or guided to tell you that is because based upon experience, there are some things that you very well may have to do alone. But there's something here where Spirit is redirecting you saying, no, you don't. Your vision is too great for you to do it alone. Because if you did this alone, you wouldn't make it as far as you think you would. You need a community, and your community is coming. Follow the North Node. Follow the north node. Remember that whenever you feel lost, I want you to go to your sidereal chart. I don't know why I just said sidereal chart. I want you to go to your tropical chart or sidereal or whatever it is. And I want you to look where your north node is. I want you to look at the house. And I also want you to look at the sign it's in. I want you to look at how it's aspected. And I want you to follow the north node. That's it. That's all. I hope that you got what you needed out of this. If you need anything from me, you know exactly where to find me. And if you're new here, wow. If you're new here, my name is Nuna. Yes. I don't know if I said that in the beginning, but yes, I merged the art support to magic. As you can see, I do have a Substack. I have an Instagram. I have a TikTok. I'll make sure to link all of that down below in the description box, as well as in the comment section. I will also ensure to leave any links that you may need down in the description box as well. I have the Etherium. It is open, and I'm also in the process, everybody, of getting things together where I can structure properly for our sake. I know that things are changing. A lot is changing, like a lot. So yes, when you give your donations, you do so, and it will support me for the time being until I can find a way to get this in person and gather our community members. That way I can serve the community in the best ways that I possibly can through the Saiyonan temple. Anyways, thank you for subscribing. Send this to someone who may need it. Take care. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video.